Good morning, all. It's Jason Kuntz, Christian Apologetics, boldly proclaiming Jesus. Today I wasn't even really going to make a video. It's Monday. I hope you all had a good weekend. I was just going to take today off, and just because a part of me, a part of my spirit is somewhat heavy. Nothing really happened. It's just one of my battles is the one that I battle with is discouragement. It can be going well, I'm doing well at school. I've got under a year left. I've been trusting in God that He's going to give me a plan and give me a path and of where I should go after school, because I've spent a lot of time and a good deal of money on completing school, because we have student loans taken out, and those I fully intend to pay those back. I'm not one to expect them to be free. You take out a loan, you expect to pay it back. That's my viewpoint, and but the point is I'm putting a lot of investment into that, and I believe God has called me to a calling and a ministry, and has a place for me. I just want to speak to you today a little bit about being authentic and being real and speaking to you on emotions that happen to us all. They kind of attack you in your mind. When you're going well, you're doing well, you're trusting God, and then all of a sudden something happens and you get discouraged. Discouragement is a real fight. It's a real battle. And I think it's a ploy that the enemy uses when people are called and when people are doing well. At times, possibly, he'll bring up your past. He'll bring up the mistakes you made in your past and say, what are you doing? You have no place. You have no real path. You're just pushing for something that's not there. You're just going to ultimately fail again, and you're going to ultimately run like you always have. Those are real things that will be brought up to you. And it may be from nobody's intentions. It's just things that happen. The enemy will use to work on your mind. And sometimes people don't even realize it. So you have to be aware of that. And one of my motives in making this channel is being real and being authentic. And a part of that is being honest about some of the battles that we all face. I know I'm not the only one that can battle discouragement at times. I'm not the only one that can battle the unseen, right? Because you can't, it's not anything physical that happened. It's not anything obvious that happened. It's just something happened, and then your perception of it. And all of a sudden you go from being on the hilltop to be feeling so small and feeling like you don't matter. You can't make an impact. You can't, you have no talent. You're just pushing at something because you want it so badly. But during these times, we need to first pray. We can't wallow, we can't spiral, because that's what happens, right? When you're discouraged, you can have a proclivity to do those things. You can just say, well, shrink within yourself and not try and not trust God. Not trust God with what He told you. Not trust His timing, because sometimes that's one of the biggest things I'm dealing with right now is my timing is I would love for things to happen, or I'd love to have a sign of where I'm supposed to be, what I'm supposed to do, but it quite frankly hasn't happened yet. I believe I've been told something, but I don't know how. I don't know where really. And those things, especially when you're getting like me, you have a year left, under a year left, and like want to set up your future, and you don't want to make this investment, this time that I've spent. I've spent a lot of time, and I love doing it. It's studying the Bible and studying how to be a leader, studying how all kinds of different things to put into this college course and to get my bachelor's degree. And it's a huge accomplishment, and I thank God that He's given me the skills and the abilities to do it. But at the same time, you're getting at the end of it, and you don't want to just be another statistic, right? You don't want to be another person that just got a degree and doesn't use it. And this is a little different. It's not just a degree, it's a calling. It's a purpose. And you just want to have some knowledge that you're on the right path and that there is a path for you. But sometimes I think God holds off to teach us a lesson, teach us to wait on Him, teach us patience. They say never to pray for patience, right? And because God will give you things to make you patient. But I say we probably should, because it's something that we need to learn how to do. We need to learn how to do the hard things. We need to learn to trust in Him. And this season has taught me that. But there are setbacks, I'm not going to lie to you. And that's what I said when I made this channel. I'm going to be authentic. I'm going to be true. I'm not going to put on a facade that makes me seem like a superhero of Christ. No, I struggle daily. I need Jesus daily. I need His reassurance. I need His comfort. I need Him to help me when I feel down, to help me when I feel discouraged. And it's okay to say that, because it's not me. It's not me who gives me any ability at this. It's all through God. Everything is God-given. And you may not be battling discouragement. You may be battling something totally different. Or you may be, I don't know. I don't know your situation. I don't know your story. I don't know your mindset. You may be battling your past. You may be trying to think you have a call, and your past keeps coming up. Maybe someone reminds you of your past. Maybe you're battling the old temptations that are still present. I just want you to let you know it's not us who wins that battle. It's not me who stops me from getting discouraged. It's when I look to Jesus, and I know it through faith and in my trust in Him that He will see me through. That my work and what He has given me will not be for naught. When we work for God, when we give our lives to God, it's not for naught. It's not for nothing. Okay? Yeah, there may be setbacks, and there may be times where it doesn't go the way you want it to. You feel like you miss out on opportunities. You feel this, you feel that. But maybe God had a different plan, and we need to trust Him, because God's will and God's way is so much bigger than me and my feelings and what I want. But at the end of the day, I serve a God who cares for me personally, who cares, who will take me in, and who will give me a path and give me a way, because He has called me, and I believe that, and He has called you for whatever purpose you have. Your past is not you. It does not have to be you. Those are things that you did before you knew Jesus, but now you know Jesus, you're a new man. Rely on Him. Rely on Him like you never did before. Call out to Him. Pray every second if you have to. Just pray. Listen. You know, a lot of times what we listen to and what we cultivate in our minds has an influence on us. If you need to, turn on worship music. I can tell you, when I feel down, when I feel sad, a lot of times I'll turn on that radio and the perfect song will be on for how I'm feeling, and I'll begin to feel uplifted, and the Holy Spirit will begin to speak to me. Those are times and those are ways that we can do. Talk to someone that you can trust. Talk to a mentor. Talk to someone who's been through it. I've often said the Christian with the scars is one that can help ones with open wounds now. Because sometimes people, unless they've been through that battle, been through that fight, they have no idea what they're speaking about. In the same way, a veteran can help another soldier going through PTSD, because the person on civilian life will not have any idea what that person is going through, whereas a veteran who's been through the fire will know. It's the same thing with those other, someone who's overcome addictions through Jesus Christ can help someone going through that now. That's the same way. And sometimes we need to rely on those people and find those people in our lives that can be there and speak into our lives and not just tell us when we're wrong, but encourage us. Because sometimes we do need to be told when we're not going the right way or thinking correctly. That sometimes needs to happen, but it always needs to be done out of love, done out of encouragement and hope that there'll be redemption and change, not out of criticism, just for criticism's sake. Okay? Sometimes people just need to say, look at where you've been and where you've gone and where you are now. Look what God has done in your life. Look where you have chose to follow. Because God does the work, but we must choose it. God doesn't force us to do anything. We must choose it. And if you have brought yourself out of the pit, acknowledge that. If you have allowed the Holy Spirit to work in your life, acknowledge that. Even if no one else can see, you can see. God knows. God knows your heart. Acknowledge where you have been and take praise in that, and know that if you can come this far, you can keep going. If you took those first steps, you can take the last steps. That's what it takes. And I just believe I want to speak to you and tell you that the battle isn't over when you first take the first steps. There's still battles up and down that hill. There's still times where the enemy does not want you to step in the full calling of your life. The enemy does not want me to step into the full calling of my life. I know I have a calling. I know God has given me that. And the enemy does not want me fulfilling that. In the same way, he does not want you fulfilling your calling either. If he can stop you before you begin, then he's already won. So remember that today. And like I said, I wasn't going to post a video today, but at times I think we can speak to people when we are struggling, when we are down. And even though I am struggling a bit right now, I can still say I have a hope in God, and I know that he's going to see me through. It's just a part of me needs to be patient and wait, right? It's not easy to wait. It's not. But I know that God, in his timing, will make it happen, even if others don't see it. And in the same way, in his timing, he will restore and fulfill you. Keep going. Don't give up. Even if you have a setback, even if you have a time of discouragement, keep relying on God. Don't let that ruin you. Don't spiral. Don't wallow. Don't just say, oh, well, I'm going to give up. It's not worth it, and go back to your old lifestyle or not follow God. It's not. That's what the enemy wants, and that's why he puts those pitfalls and those trips and those branches that you can trip over in your path so that maybe you'll fall and roll back down that hill. Maybe you can just fall down to your knees and get back up and keep going. That's what it takes. That's what this life takes. We're all going to reach hard points, and we're going to all reach times where the trails are rocky and hard to travel through. But the point is we got to keep moving. Got to trust in God, who is our path, who is our guide, who is our trail marker. And we got to keep going. Stay on that path. Don't give up. So I appreciate you watching this video. I appreciate you giving me the time, and I hope I spoke to someone who might be discouraged today and gave you the motivation to keep going. So I appreciate everything that you guys do. Just like, share, and subscribe. And have a good day. God bless.